Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Sunday. I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend and a great day. It is Super Bowl Sunday, and I am just relaxing and watching my Super Bowl for the day, and that is Puppy Bowl. Thank you very much. We have 4 dogs from Western Pennsylvania, from Pittsburgh, in there, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to the snacks. I will not be watching the game. No, I will, however, be watching the halftime. I really want to see Kendrick Lamar. I hope he stays true to Kendrick Lamar. That's what I'm hoping. So, but listen, I know I've been putting this off, and putting it off and putting it off. It was the last show that was out there on my DVR, and so yeah, I finally watched it. Real Housewives of New York City. It was reunion. It was part 2. This is the last part. So thank God, because it took everything in me this year to watch this show. I have not been shy about being vocal that I think they need to reboot the reboot, because this isn't doing it. Okay, so let's get into it. They started this episode by continuing with Jessel and Brynn. The thing is, now that Brynn said this lie, that now Pavitt is now questioning Jessel on everything. He's questioning her every move, like I said, because of this lie that Brynn put out there. Brynn is hiding behind this, I didn't know. I didn't know. But you did know. You knew that you were telling a lie. You knew that Jessel did not say that the love of her life was an old flame, was an old boyfriend. That, number one, you did know. And then she's saying she thought it was a cute joke. So you thought that saying this and then having her husband see it and hear that, you don't think that would be devastating for someone? I don't understand how that would be a cute joke. A cute joke is putting a lie out there that could potentially hurt a marriage. That I don't understand. And then when all else fails, as she always does, she just goes to crying. And then when Jessel isn't like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Why am I being so mean to you? Well, then her tears dried up. I mean, and she said she's sorry, but is she really sorry, or is she just sorry? She's saying she's sorry because she was called out, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's what I was wondering. The talk then turned to between Brynn and Uba about what Brynn said on the last night at their Hampton stay. And it was something like, Uba, you need to stop being angry, or Oliver, I want Oliver to marry you, but Oliver's not going to want to marry you if you're so angry, saying like, if you're the angry black woman, which is fucking insane. Andy had said, why would you insinuate that Oliver may not want to be with her if she acts a certain way? And that's when Brynn was like, but I didn't say that though. I didn't say that though. I was saying that I want everything. I want everything for her. And which she didn't. She replay it, because you didn't say that at all. You did say, if Oliver's not going, I want Oliver to marry you, but he won't want to marry you if you act this way. That's what she said. You clearly said that. And like Andy said, Uba was already maybe a little maybe a little like insecure about their relationship possibly. So then Brynn takes that and then weaponizes it and uses it against her. Which, if you're a friend, why would you do that? I mean, was I watching the same flashback? Because Brynn is now saying that she wasn't saying with the words that were coming out of her mouth. She was saying that don't allow my stupid ass to change. What did she say? To change what you want in life. Honey, listen, Brynn, you don't have that power over Uba. Uba knows exactly what she wants in her life, okay? She's sold her apartment in New York, which she said she wasn't going to do. She's moved to Connecticut. She clearly knows what she wants and what she's going to do in her life. So no, you didn't, you in that flashback, that was not you saying, don't let my stupid ass hold you back from doing something in life. It's just not. Brynn's flashback comment though, it doesn't even make sense because I mean, this is a TV show. Everything that's on the TV show, I don't know that even half the time that these women, that what you see on the TV is how they really are. Oliver knows exactly how Uba is and what Uba is like. If he didn't want a life with her, he wouldn't have asked her to move in with him. So it's all ridiculous. And part of me even is like, I wonder if Brynn is just like, if she's trying to fuck this up a little bit because she's jealous of like what Uba has. Uba has a man and she hasn't found her soulmate yet. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that thought came into my mind a little bit. Okay. The thing that did surprise me though, is that after a little bit of a discussion, it looked like Brynn actually might have took some accountability about this microaggression, for this microaggression that she threw at Uba. So that's surprising. During the break, listen, fashion-wise, once again, I know I never look put together like ever. But when the ladies were all standing around, that robe on Jenna, that looked ridiculous because everybody else was dolled up and all hair done, makeup done, glammed out, and here she is in a robe and her hair up in a bath towel. I thought it was so stupid. I thought it was so ridiculous. But and that dress, I'm gonna say dress that Brynn had on, that was just like a pool cover up. That, I think she wore that just because like it was pretty see-through and you could see like her bra and underwear. I don't know. I didn't like her look at all. Once again, I am no fashionista by any means. Okay, so during that break, Jenna went in and talked to Brynn. Brynn had said for the longest time, she's just wanted to hug Uba and she wanted to call her and she wanted to hug her. But well, then why didn't you? Like, she was saying she didn't call her, I guess, because maybe that's how she handles things. Like whenever there's like tension, she pushes away. I can understand that because sometimes I do the same thing. But she wanted to hug her, and even wanted to hug her now, but she's like, the other ladies are gonna look at me and start yelling and saying, no, you're just trying to manipulate her. I mean, I wouldn't hold that against them if they said that, because just of how Brynn was this season. She lied, and she did it all, to me, in the hopes of self-producing herself. That's what I think. So if they would come back to her and be like, you're just trying to manipulate her, I could understand that. Jenna gave some good advice. She had said, just apologize to them. Don't dig in. And sometimes if you do apologize, it just sounds like words, because you're not acknowledging what you did. You're just like saying the words to say the words. But I want to tell you, Sai, she was talking to her assistant maybe, or to Raquel. Sai was not wrong though. Brynn's tears, she was very performative. Brynn's tears are nothing but performative. She can turn them on, she can turn them off like a faucet at her ease. Okay, next up was Becky. Becky with the greasy hair. I'm not gonna say good hair because her hair looked greasy. Okay, so Rebecca Minkoff, she comes on the show. She only came on the show to promote her brand, which she really didn't do it that much. I mean, there was one time when she had Sai and her daughter over, and it was show her some Wicked themed accessories. Other than that, she really didn't do a lot to promote her brand. People were saying like she's very well known. To be honest, I don't know her. I don't know a lot about fashion. Like, I know the big names. I don't know a lot about fashion, but I don't know. I've never heard of her before this. And Brynn, I will not agree with Brynn a lot, but Brynn really isn't wrong when she said that she was not genuine, because she wasn't sharing anything. Like, everybody was sharing everything. Like, Raquel was telling us about her family, like her marriage, her divorce, and she introduced us to Mel, and she introduced us to her mother, and told us everything about her mother, and everybody opened up. And Rebecca really didn't. Aaron came through with the revelation that Rebecca is not nice. And the reason why she was saying she's not nice is because Rebecca called her to complain about the tone that Aaron had used when she was asking, how can you be both Jewish and a Scientologist? And the thing that got me was Aaron was like, I used the approved words that I used words that were approved by Becky, but she didn't like my tone. You have to have approved words? You have to have an approved vocabulary now? That's not, no. She's the vocabulary police. I couldn't be friends with anybody like that. And Aaron was really upset because she says that Rebecca didn't check in on her after the episode with her father aired. Like, the one where she told her father that she had gotten I'm going to just say schmabortion. I'm not, the abortion. I'm not going to say the whole word. I don't know if TikTok, I don't know if YouTube likes it or not. But when she had her procedure, and then at the end, she had said that her father had passed. So she's saying that you didn't reach out. Rebecca is saying, I did. I sent you a text message. I sent you a poem. And then they went in and they start back and forth about the prank. I could care less about the prank. I made no notes because I stopped listening. Okay, so about Scientology. Listen, I'm going to tell you what, the most interesting thing that could have made Rebecca Minkoff interesting is her talking about Scientology. I'm going to tell you this much. Don't call me a bigot, but I believe it is a cult. I am super get super fascinated and interested in like these religions, like, and cults. So anything like Scientology or polygamy or like Mormons. And yes, I know Mormons is really okay. I know. Don't come at me but to say like I'm saying it's not a religion. I know, but it's, you know, they have some rules that kind of put women at a disadvantage. I mean, if I'm being serious, that's just what it feels like. But, and so these like religions, when I say religions, I'm saying that for like Scientology, religions, any of that stuff, or any of these cults, I'm fascinated by them, so interested. So if she would have come on here and on the show and she would have talked about it, that would have made her less boring, because let's be for honest. How many people even really remembered that she was on? Like, a lot of people online are like, who is she friends with? I can't even remember that. She came on as friends of Aaron, and she left not friends of Aaron's. But they were talking about Scientology and Judaism. So she said there live that she considers both Judaism and Scientology her religions. But then they go to the flashback at the picnic, and she called Scientology an applied philosophy. And then at the reunion, she says about Scientology, it's a world-recognized religion. But then, flashback to the picnic, when somebody says about Scientology, it's more of an applied philosophy than a religion, she agrees and says yes. So which is it? She says that she felt like she was coming in prejudged because of Scientology and because of what people have heard about it, and felt attacked without them getting to know more. Here's the thing. They asked you questions about it, and then she would shut them down. And she had said, this is not the format. This is not the proper format to talk about it, which is bullshit. I don't buy that, because women in this cast and women housewives in every city have tackled very heavy, very important subjects. Do you case in point, Salt Lake City, Mary Cosby and her son, Robert Jr., they broke all walls and talked about his addiction and the fact that he had thought of unaliving himself. So please tell me how you talking about this religion, how this is not the right format for that, but it's the right format for Mary Cosby. Made no sense. Made absolutely no sense whatsoever. And Bryn, listen, Bryn wasn't wrong. Like, use that space. You have this space and you have this spotlight and you have this time to dispel rumors that are out there. And when she came on, she's like, it's a philosophy that helps me deal better with this and that and this and that. And if she would have explained that to people, then it would have gone so much better for her. But this whole interaction was just awkward. It was just so awkward. And she left, and it was almost like she wasn't even there. Like, who's going to remember that she was there? She's going to actually be like some of these other one season housewives who you just don't even remember. Like, remember from Beverly Hills, Joyce, or Carlton. Well, we remember Carlton because she was the only witch that was on there. Or Cindy Barshop from Roni. Like, do we remember a lot of details about those people? Not really. So that's what Rebecca is. Okay, so next they moved on to Uba and her diva behavior in Puerto Rico. She is saying that I did not say the water in the ocean was gross, and I didn't say don't go swimming. But then they flash back, and Bryn is like, should I go in the ocean and pee? I don't know that I would have announced that. I would have just been like, can I go in the ocean to swim? Can I go swimming? But she was like, can I go in the ocean to pee? And then here comes Uba screaming, that water is disgusting. That water is disgusting. So, I mean, Uba is saying that it was like that little water in the inlet, but why would Bryn be going in this little inlet, this little tiny little inch of water to swim or to pee? I don't understand. She really did double down on that, and that didn't look great. The other thing that kind of wasn't cool was that the women have to censor themselves now around Uba because of like her outburst. You should censor yourself because not like everything that's in your head should come out. But you shouldn't have to completely censor yourselves. Now Bryn says that, okay, so in this whole thing about the last night, Bryn says she told Uba about the issue, about this, because she says it was the night before BravoCon, and one of her family members had gotten a gun. She didn't know what was going on. She called Uba, and she was crying, and there's all this word vomit, and she says that she mentioned this assault. And she now says that maybe Uba didn't hear it because there was just a lot that I was saying. And then she gets in, and a little bit later on, she says, I told the ladies, in her defense, maybe she didn't hear it. And the ladies were like, you didn't say in her defense. You just said, maybe she didn't clock it. Bryn is then saying that she was hurt. She wasn't upset. She was hurt that no one hugged her and comforted her, but instead asked like, well, who was it? And how rich is he? Which everybody was like, there's no way that we said that. But then Bryn turns it around on Uba and gets upset that Uba didn't run after her like she did to Aaron when she made that cancer comment. So, listen, she didn't run after you because you never told her. Like, you didn't tell her about this. That's why she didn't run after you. And then they asked Uba, and Uba was like, she never told me about this. There's some back and forth because Uba's very upset because Bryn had texted Aaron that lock your door, she's getting violent. Lock your door, she's getting violent with me. Which Uba was like, no, I chased you down the hall, but I never got violent. But Uba forgave her. Like, Uba just, she's like, I have to forgive you so I can move on, but I wish I had never effing met you, and we're done. But then I almost lost it because when Andy asked, do you think the women believe that this happened to you? And then she said, I don't know. Listen, every single one of those ladies was like, I'm so sorry that this happened to you, and I am so sorry that this happened. What are you doing?
I have to take stuff off my checkbook.
Okay.
And I'm going to bring up your breakfast.
I got one.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, the ladies were like, we believe you, we believe you, we believe you. And now all of a sudden, well, I don't know if they believe me. Because they are not, because they're not falling all over her, and they're not, and they're believing Uba. She then equates that with they don't believe me that this happened to me, which is garbage, bullshit, and a lie. So everybody goes out for break. Uba and Brynn, they stay there. They talk. They make up. Uba forgives her. And when Uba was like, are we good? Why do you need to ask her if you're good? Listen, Uba is far better than me. Far better than me. All she had to do was cry a whole bunch. And it was forgiven. I mean, Uba was like, it's going to take a bit of time to get to where we were, but you're forgiven. This is something that could have very well impacted Uba. And here's the thing that I found out. You know that Uba is related to Chanel from Real Housewives of Dubai. And I guess there is some type of documentary out there, and both Chanel and Uba are in it. And they have both, in their childhood, they had both endured assaults. So there is no way in hell that Uba would have said what she said had she have known about what happened to Brynn. I'm saying that right now. Uba is a far better person than I am. Could I have forgiven her? No. 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 Because I'm going to tell you what. There's people in my family that have screwed over my mother in my family, and I have never forgiven them, and I have cut them out. So if you think that I wouldn't cut out someone like that, oh, you're wrong. I wouldn't have forgiven, and I wouldn't have forgotten. Sometimes even when I forgive, I don't forget. I never forget. Okay. So, listen, with that edit that happened, do I think that they're going to bring Brynn back? Yeah. I would be surprised if they didn't bring her back. I would be surprised. Because that edit right there, where they had them making up, and Andy was like, this is beautiful. Because Brynn, at the end, apologized and came clean and everything. And then I have written here, then near the end of it all, Brynn says, and I don't know if anybody caught it, but it sounded like she said, oh yeah, she didn't know. Meaning Uba. No. Listen, don't bring her back, okay? She needs help. A reality TV show is not where you get that help. Don't bring her back. But I would not be surprised if they didn't bring this whole cast back. So listen, I finally did it. I finally finished this season of Roni. So in the comments, let me know what you thought. And if nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard, please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there so it comes right back at you. Please take care of one another. Also, oh, you know what? In the comments, also, let me know, What are you having? Are you watching the game? Who do you want to win? Go Eagles. Because listen, go Eagles. Because I'll say it. I don't like the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs should even be there. I think it was rigged. Fly, Eagles, fly. Also, in the comments, let me know if you're having snacks, what kind of snacks you're having. And I also want to give a shout out to our pup, Jack. And that's the reason being is because it is Jack's 16th birthday today. Jack shares the birthday with Saquon Barkey. And so Jack is 16 today.
And Team Fluff won.
And Team Fluff won.
By 2 points.
Was that the team that won last year? No.
Ruff won last
Team Ruff won last year. Okay, so everybody, please join me in wishing Mr. Jackson Joseph a happy 16th birthday. Okay, like I always say, if nobody told you yet today, you're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world, so it comes right back at you. Please take care of one another. Also, be aware of your surroundings. Be smart and safe. Hydrate often with water. And if you're in a dangerous situation, please make sure that you know that Dolly and I are sending our love, thoughts, prayers, and positive energy. There he is right there. Positive energy your way to get you through it. Love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.